Hello and welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with Get Oiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of Get Oiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hey everyone, really glad to hear today.
We sure are. We're really excited to have you guys here for our first live call of 2026. Welcome. Say hello in the chat and say hello as well to Colin and Julie here with us. Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
It is so nice to have everyone here together to hang out and talk about some really exciting things. And really importantly, in the interest of your success, to talk about some best practices to make sure that we take the excitement for the new year, the new launch, if you are in the markets where the new product is launching, but also just taking advantage of this moment, right? Because in January, in the beginning of the year, a lot of people are thinking about how they want to make their lives different in the new year. And a lot of that, for a lot of people, has to do with their wellness. That can often correlate with perhaps a goal to lose a little bit of weight. We'll be getting into quite a lot of that here today, but it's not limited to that. Really importantly, I think if you're here today and you're excited about balance and burn, I am so excited with you. And we're going to talk about how we can move that excitement into getting new people started with Young Living with purpose, and of course, getting our customers on board as well. But if you're in a market that doesn't have balance and burn yet, or that's not launching yet in your market, this is for you too, because what I'm talking about today and the approaches that we're going to discuss today are something that can work for you anywhere in the world. All right. So that's the most important thing that you need to know. And if you didn't know, hi, we're Get Oiling. We have everything that you need to run your Young Living business, no matter where you are in the world. So that's why I wanted to make sure there's caveat there, no matter where you are. This is going to be a great place for you to start today. So welcome. I see the chat is super active today. I hope you guys invited friends. There's still time to. If you want to invite folks to the call, you certainly can. So today we are going to take a little bit of a different tack than we normally do. I do just a little bit of housekeeping here up at the top. I will be putting the links that I'm going to discuss here in the description on our video here on YouTube. Of course, if you are not yet on our list, if you're joining us here today as an invitation from a friend, getoiling.com/weekly work session is where you're going to want to go to make sure that you're on the list to be on these calls. This is for free for anyone who is a brand partner anywhere in the world. All right. And you can join these calls every Thursday at noon US Eastern time, unless it is a major holiday and we're out, or of course, if it's convention week and we're normally there. So welcome. We are so very, very excited to be here and to discuss this here with you today. I want to open up here today, though, to ask you guys a question. And I would love for you to head into the chat and let me know the answer. When you realized that you couldn't live without Young Living products, what was the kicker for you? What did that look like for you? And it's usually around the time that you were like, oh, wow, I should start sharing this, right? I'm just talking about this, right? What did you discover that made you go, oh, yep, can't live without this? Cindy says sleep. Yes, that's true for me too. Ooh, tantrums. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I think a lot of moms would be curious to hear what you have to say about that, Lacey. Awesome. Keep it coming here in the chat. And as we're sort of reflecting on what it is that caused us to say, oh my God, this is it, right? I also want you to think back to how Young Living was shared with you, right? So you reached this joint support, gut health, you've got sleep, anxiety, all kinds of things that you guys have been able to work on and resolve with the help of lifestyle changes and the integration of Young Living products, right? Think about how Young Living was shared with you. Was there a product that was posted on social media that made you go, ooh, I'm going to try that? Did a friend reach out to you and say, hey, how you doing? Would you like to come over and smell this stuff I have at my house, right? What did that look like for you? How were you introduced? So, right, I want you to think about when you realized that this was it for you, but then think a little bit further back to how you got introduced to Young Living in the first place. What made you decide that you would try a product, take it into your body, put it onto your person? What brought you to that point? And the reason why I'm asking you this, you clever people are putting this together already, I assume, is that it is really important for us when we get very excited, right, about taking advantage of a moment, such as the beginning of the year when people have weight loss resolutions or different types of wellness resolutions, and when we, maybe have a new product that's launching, we are often guided by our excitement, right? Knowing that, oh my gosh, this company that makes the best products I've ever used, that I trust, that I share with my friends, is releasing something transformative. And I'm very excited about the potential that's there for me, for my people, right? And I just want to shout it from the rooftops. I'm there with you, friend. But it is really important for us to understand that excitement that we have, the understanding that we have of the moment and the opportunity that we sit in front of, that's not transferable in the way that you think it is, right? So that understanding that you have of how you see this company for what it is, right? And that you didn't see it right away, did you? Right? If you saw a post on social media or a friend invited you over to their house, you didn't instantly trust Young Living, right? This was just a company that your friend told you about, right? Or a product that you were curious about, right? There was trust that was built. And that's what allows you to be in the position that you are today, excited to share Young Living and potentially, depending on your market, brand new products that can change lives in an incredibly massive way, right? So thinking about that, it is really important when we start thinking strategically about how we're going to promote, that we go about it in a way that understands where our audience is, right? Because our audience, even a lot of our customers, are maybe not in that place yet where they are excited and ready to move forward, right? To jump in on a product that they've never tried before, right? They maybe need a little bit more trust built. They don't share your excitement yet. Now, I'll put this out here as a caveat. Your fellow brand partners, right? Your people who are placing loyalty orders every month, right? That's your low-hanging fruit. Go sing to the rooftops about this product to them. But if it's not them, we got to do something else. All right. So there's so many great comments here in the chat. I hope you guys are seeing what each other are saying. And I hope that you guys are all making friends in the Get Oiling Facebook group. By the way, we're active on Facebook and have an incredible community there that I hope you guys will join. So what I want to share with you guys here today is a suggestion. And Greg, thank you. Just put the link to that Facebook group in our chat here. What I want to share with you guys today is an approach that, and I'm going to show you how you can use Get Oiling to support this approach, because that is part of why a lot of us are here today. But what I want to encourage you to do, instead of going and looking for a way to do what Young Living is already doing, right? So let's just say, for instance, you want to promote balance and burn, right? How many of us here today, by the way, are here because you're excited to promote balance and burn? Pop your hands up for me and let me know that that is the case for you. I'm curious if that is, yes, definitely primary motivator here. Hi, guys. Excited to have you. All right. So if you're here and you're excited to promote balance and burn, the first thing that I want to let you know and let you off the hook for is that you don't need to create graphics. You don't need to come up with what to say. You don't need to build a new page for your website. You don't. Do you know why? Young Living already did it for you, right? Our goal, our job as brand partners are to initiate conversations that connect people to Young Living so they can trust Young Living and hear it from the horse's mouth, right? Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat. Let me know that that makes sense to you. Our job is to connect people with context, right? So that they understand why they should love and trust this company the way that we do, right? And that means that when they love and trust the company and the company says, hey, we got a new product, they get excited on their own. They don't need you to get excited. And if your people aren't excited when they hear from the company, then we've got a little bit more work to do. And that work does not mean that we need to repeat what Young Living does, right? We don't need to go and make more images because they already exist, make another web page because it already exists and they can actually buy product through the pages that Young Living makes, right? What we need to do is capture interest, right? And so what I'm going to share with you guys here today is a way for you to use a couple of key features inside of Get Oiling to capture interest and move it toward yes, right? To move in that direction. And this is going to be true for you as well. If you're outside of the markets where balance and burn is going to be released, what I would recommend that you replace it with for now is the 14-day reset, because that's available for anyone, anywhere in the world. It's a community that's hosted on the Get Oiling platform, and it uses Ningxia, right? Really simple, really easy, really great way to get people engaged. And I would actually encourage everyone to do that anyway. right? Because bringing people into community where you've got social proof is one of the most powerful things you can do to build that belief and build that trust with the company, which again is our job as a brand partner. Our job in brand partnership is to bring people to the door so that they trust Young Living enough to open it, walk in, and build their own relationship with the company, right? All right, so here's the strategy. It all begins with a question. It all begins with learning where someone is from, right? Or where someone is in the moment. So let's talk about this, guys. When you watch a movie, do you follow the main character's story or do you follow someone else's story? Right? And when you watch a movie, are you more or less interested in the main character? Now, when we think about ourselves and how we make decisions, we are the main character in our own story, right? And when we think about marketing or influencing action, it's really important that as the messenger, which is what we are, right? If you have a social media following, an email list, a website, et cetera, like everyone here either has or aspires to have, you'll notice that people tend to stop paying attention when they aren't the main character, right? Where we're talking about decisions that they could make for themselves. Now, the instinct to go get graphics and to redo what Young Living is already doing and to just talk about this new product, that is the instinct to make this launch, this product, or this time of year and buy weight loss products, the main character, okay? But what's really, really critical is that we have to make the person, the audience, the person that we would like to buy this product, the main character of this story, right? So how do we do that? It's actually really simple, and you don't have to be a tech genius or a design wizard to get it done. And to be perfectly frank, you don't even need Get Oiling to get it done, but you're going to see some really great ways to use Get Oiling to make this so much more effective here today. So the way that we do this is we ask questions. We have conversations. This is such a good time of year to just simply reach out and say, hey, what's your resolution this year? Do you have a wellness resolution? Or maybe you personally have a resolution to lose some weight and you're really excited about this product. So you can actually open up and say, you know, I've had the same resolution to lose these 20 pounds every year for the last 6 years. And this is the year that it will be, like, this is the last year that this will be my resolution. Anyone with me? Is that you too? And just make it a me too proposition. Make it a, yep, that's also me conversation, right? What we want, and that was an example, you could actually use that in a social post, right? Where you could say, let me know in the comments, what's your resolution? Or what resolution have you had the longest that you haven't kept? Because spoiler alert, for most people, the resolution that most people have had for the longest that they haven't kept usually has to do with their health, right? It has to do with the changing of some kind of a habit to get some kind of a body-based or wellness-based result, right? So this is such easy, low-hanging fruit for you to engage with. So on your socials, begin conversations that invite people to participate in the chat. Now, this is not in service of you being able to insert the name of product. Remember, product is not the main character. We want to create an opportunity where the people you're speaking with, not to, feel like the main character of the story, because as long as we can keep them engaged as main character, the more they're going to listen. And the more likely they are going to take the steps that we would love for them to take toward trying product that actually changes their lives, right? So we start with questions. What's your resolution? We start with questions like, do you have a wellness resolution this year? These are all pretty simple and straightforward, right? And note here, and this is really important, especially where we're talking about publicly discussing product, there are a lot of compliance rules that we have to follow. And if we aren't making product the main character, it is really easy to just talk with people and get their interest, right? But when we start talking about product and even features of product, people will tune us out because they can see that it's marketing. People are smarter than we can give them credit for in these moments, right? And then really importantly, you have to be careful and like not what you basically have to do mental gymnastics, right? To be able to compliantly discuss product in a public setting. And people can read between the lines, right? They can see that you are marketing, and people don't like that because that's being talked at, and that's not them being the main character. So you start conversations. A great one, again, here in January is about resolutions. It's about ending the cycle of having resolutions that you haven't kept. And certainly it can be about weight loss, but you don't want to make that assumption. That is something that it can be sensitive for a lot of people, right? So that's why it's also really important to create these doors for people to open where maybe they can engage with you privately. So if you have an email list and you have leads on that email list, I'll talk about customers in a moment. This is a little bit more straightforward with customers. But if you have an email list and you've got leads on that list, then what you want to do is invite them to reply to you, right? Because that way it's a more discreet communication. They can maybe be a little bit more open with you than they might be comfortable doing in public space, like on your profile page or wherever you're having discussion, right? So start with those conversations. And the people who engage are the people who are interested enough to move forward, right? I want to take a quick aside here and call out what's the best way to put this? We have a little gremlin. We have a little gremlin that we have to fight off that lives in our conscious mind, especially where it comes to opportunity and the desire to promote. And that is scarcity, right? What we want right now is to be able to get this information out in front of as many people as possible, because this is groundbreaking, this is exciting, and there's a lot of potential gain in this for you as someone who has a business promoting product, right? But what scarcity will tell us to do is to put all of the details out there and do it as often as possible, because we just got to make sure people hear this, right? But what I want you to do is trust that there are enough people who are ready right now to take steps that turn them into customers for life, right? Because if we treat the way we communicate with our people as a short-term exchange, right? And so this is the promotional language. This is posting product on social media, right? This is leading with product. What we're doing here is operating in this sort of scarcity mode that if I've got someone's attention, I better tell them everything right now, right? Instead of trusting that we can build a relationship that turns into something that grows in a substantial way moving forward. Right? Does that make sense? Let me know if that's the case. Obviously, if you've got questions, feel free to add them to the Q&A here on the live call. So I want you to be aware that scarcity is something that can creep into our motivators, our motivating factors, when we are going about preparing to promote something, right? And I want to encourage you to not be guided by scarcity here, because this product is going to change lives, right? And you may not have a huge audience right now. And of the audience that you do have, it may be a small fraction of people who are actually interested in this product. And that's okay. Because what we really want to do, obviously, we want people who are interested to know about Young Living's weight loss products and things that, and wellness practices and products that support weight loss, right? And healthy weight management. But we don't want to do that at the expense of breaking trust with the people who could eventually become our long-term customers for other reasons, right? And now this is where I'll get to how we communicate with our customers. Now, if you are somebody who is on a consistent basis already communicating with your people, right? If you are already sending out maybe a weekly newsletter or a monthly newsletter, there is absolutely no harm in grabbing the graphics that Young Living has shared and some of the copy that they have provided that's compliant for you to use, to include a little insert in your newsletters out to your customers. Remember, this is just about customers, so that they could know that this is coming, right? Because these are people who are accustomed to seeing information from you that talks about Young Living products and maybe highlights product. In that context, it is fine, but it's not the end of the story with customers either, right? Because just like we have our audience, right? So the people whose ear we have, that's our social connections, that's our family, our friends, whoever's in your phone, in your community, people who recognize you and would listen to you if you said something, right? Of those people, there's a fraction of people that are ready to make any kind of decision right now regarding their wellness and how they operate and what products they use. And of those people, there is an even smaller fraction still that would be interested in this particular product that's launching, right? So we first need to get really real with ourselves about those numbers, and that's totally fine, because again, abundance mentality here Every door is an opportunity because Young Living has something for everyone. We just need to get people in the door, right? So I want to encourage you, if you are regularly communicating with customers with your newsletters, to go ahead and include some kind of a line, just like I was talking about earlier, for your audience, and say, what is your resolution? Do you have a weight loss resolution or something along those lines? Invite a response. And if you aren't already doing this with your newsletters, I want to encourage you to do this, and do this if you're using text as well. Because if somebody responds to you via text, two-way texting in Get Oiling is something that's unlimited, and you can go back and forth with them just like you would in the DMs, and it doesn't count against your marketing credits once you're in that back and forth response. So always include a call to respond, because with every customer that you have, you still have an opportunity for them to see greater context and how they can use Young Living to improve their lives and move them closer to sharing. So until every person who is a customer that you connect with regularly maxes out their loyalty rewards every month and shares Young Living with their full presence everywhere they go, we still have ground to cover. We still have opportunity to plumb, right? So always include in those communications an invite to respond. And this time of year is a fantastic time to ask those questions about their goals, right? It's a great opener. It's a natural opener to put into any of these places. Posts on social, DMs on social to leads, text to friends, and of course, any communications to customers, okay? Now, let's get into the bigger strategy here. And this is where Get Oiling becomes incredibly valuable. What I want to encourage you to do, and this can be you individually, or this is something that you can collaborate on together as a team. I want you to have an event, right? I want you to host an event. This can be a virtual event. Of course, you could certainly make this something that is local to you if you wanted to do something in person. But I want you to have a wellness-focused teaching event where you are going to speak on a topic that's relevant to people right now. So this particular opportunity, this time of year, to have an open conversation about what it looks like to engage in successful, sustainable weight loss strategies, weight management strategies, people are listening right now. People are open right now that in a way that they aren't the rest of the year. So take this opportunity to have a class, right? And if you really are interested in, you understand and feel comfortable in talking about the science of hunger hormones and actually want to use the term GLP-1 and talk about the truth of those, dangers of those, that's certainly something that you could do. I would advise against it if you aren't someone who has the authority and experience speaking on those things, right? If you are a practitioner of some kind, if you're well studied and you can do this compliantly, then by all means, have a truth about GLP-1 class, right? If that's what you want to do. And people who might be considering getting injections or who have maybe used them and had adverse experiences are going to be very, very curious about what it is that you have to say, right? So that is a possibility that you could explore. Again, visit compliance around that. But what you really need to know, the most important thing is when we set up this event, we're not saying balance and burn. We aren't saying Young Living. We're not talking about the product at all. And we're not even saying we're going to talk about a specific product in this particular event, right? Now, we do have another lane that you could, if you wanted to double this up, and this is really going to be more for folks who have larger teams, or if you have teams of brand partners who might be excited to promote this product. You could have a private event as well, where you do specifically talk about the Balance and Burn product. Or of course, again, if you're outside of the markets where that's offered, you could talk about how we can co-promote the reset or something like this, right? But in this public-facing class or event that we create, we are not going to talk about product, and we're not going to promise to talk about product. Because again, the premise here is keeping our audience the main character, right? Keeping that person centered, their interests, their goals, their outcomes, what they want to achieve. All right. So let's go ahead and head over into Get Oiling. And I'm going to show you a process that you can follow to do that very thing. So what I'd actually like to do is first come over here to my events. And that's right down here under Zoom and events. So I'm going to go to events right here. and I'm going to add an event. And it's time for me to figure out what event I'm going to plan. Now, the cool thing is that you can actually use AI and Get Oiling to come up with ideas, right? And really quickly, if you haven't done this yet, I would go over to actually, I would visit the trainings that we've done on AI to customize yours and Get Oiling. I have specifically instructed my AI settings to not talk about Young Living product. My AI settings are right here. I very specifically tell it when I'm speaking to leads that I do not talk about product, that my goal in talking to leads is keeping them centered, their interest and goals centered, and then creating opportunities through what I say to leads to have conversations, right? So I do have some rules here. If you want to check out some of our trainings on setting up your AI and Get Oiling, you can go to the Success Academy to live training and replays, and you can type in AI settings. And you'll actually see that there is a video right here on how to train your AI. And if you go to the blog post that's linked here, if we go to some of the blog post that's linked here, I actually do have a complete sort of recommended cheat sheet that you could use as well, just in case you need a little help with that. All right, so coming back over here to events and Get Oiling, I'm going to click add. Oh, hey, Catherine, if you don't have a Get Oiling account, it is $1 for your first month for our most popular plans. I would get in touch with, if a friend invited you here today, ask them for their referral link because you will share a free month if you were referred by someone. Otherwise, you can go to getoiling.com and you can start a trial for $1. All right, so I maybe am not super clear on how I want to get started. So I'm going to go here to talk to and write with AI. I am going to click write. I could ask the question by holding this down, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to allow my microphone, and I'm going to ask AI to write something for me. So I'm interested in hosting an event that focuses on sustainable weight loss that works this January. It should focus on helping people finally achieve the weight loss resolutions that they've had for years. This is something that should be open to anyone, and it should be fun. Give me some ideas for topics for this event. So we're going to see what kind of titles and topics it comes up with for us. We'll pick one that we like, and then we will use AI to help us do a lot of the rest of this work too. Isn't that talk feature amazing? I love it so much. As someone who does a lot of typing and handling of tech devices, my wrists are actually really grateful for this. All right, so here are some fun, open to anyone topic event ideas. Here, let's go down here and can I scroll? Here we go. All right, sustainable weight loss, the kind that actually sticks. Okay, so why your resolutions didn't stick, reset. Okay, it's a little strange. Simple swaps weight loss challenge, eat to feel full, the satiety workshop, that's fun. The habit loop, make weight loss automatic. Stress and cravings, the real reason January gets hard. The 20-minute meal plan that works. Move more without working out more. The clean kitchen kickstart. The evening routine that protects your goals, progress without the scale. Oh, that's interesting. Progress without the scale. That's compelling. Weight loss for real life. The 4-week January follow-through party. Ooh, I kind of like that idea, actually. If you're open to the idea of maybe hosting for engagement purposes, maybe something that's like a challenge where you meet weekly and anyone could come in at any point. Because again, remember, this is just an opportunity for people to be able to interact with you more directly and get them onto product, right? So anything that does that's a good idea. Okay, let's see. Let's go back here. Oh, it's asking me, Greg, can we respond back and forth now? Is that a thing?
Not yet. It's probably
Okay, yeah, I
something
didn't think so.
it's probably asking you because it doesn't know that I can't have right now.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna try another tack here, and I'm gonna actually tell right with AI that my goal for this is to be able to introduce this new product that acts like a natural GLP-1, and let's see what it does for us. I'm going to host an event in January that is focused on finally achieving your multi-year resolution for losing the extra weight you've been carrying around. My goal for this event is to be able to introduce a brand new product that Young Living is launching that works similarly to popular GLP-1 drugs. I don't want to talk about GLP-1 in the title or the description, but I do want the topic to be a natural lead in to discussing the product and what it does. Come up with some ideas for me for the title and description for such a class. So let's try that. See what it says now. So this is another great option is to actually tell it, here's what I really want, right? Help me create a path toward it, right? Here's my strategy. Here's what I want to achieve, and then let it come up with some solutions for you. All right. Finally, ditch the extra weight, your January resolution reset. Break your weight loss rut, January's path to real results. Shed the stubborn weight, make this your January make this January your breakthrough. I think this is my favorite. Unlock lasting weight loss. Yeah, I think 3 is my favorite. Shed the stubborn weight, make this January your breakthrough. How many Januaries have passed without hitting your weight loss goal? Let's end that cycle. In this live class, learn practical tools to stay full between meals, ditch emotional eating, and make low-tox choices that melt extra pounds effortlessly. Start small and grow into the healthier you, sustainable, not stressful. I'm going to go ahead and add this because it gave me all of them. And I'm going to delete everything that isn't this one here, this idea 3 that I like. All right, so now I have this. I have the selling point for this. I can actually plug this information back into Write with AI, and I can have it come up with the plan for the class, right? Which I will do here in just a second. So let me just go ahead and pop the title up here and put that into the event name. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to AI again. I'm going to see my prior responses, and I'm going to copy AI's response. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to paste what it gave me. I'm going to only have in here that idea 3, and I'm going to ask it to come up with 3 bullet points that they'll, like 3 things they'll walk away with. All right, so here we go. Here's my idea 3. Let me delete the rest of this. All right, so now I'm giving it the title and the description. I want it to write 3 key takeaways I can offer to those who attend this class. We'll have it come up with that for me. Well, it is kind of giving me that here. You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, practical tools, stay full between meals, ditch emotional eating, and make low-tox choices. I need this to be a little bit more substantive, right? So I'm going to go back here to talk to and write with AI and have it edit the existing content. So that means it's going to edit what's already here. So expand this content into something more compelling that will get readers excited to RSVP. All right, I'll hit right here and we'll see what it does to change what's there. I love this edit existing content feature. Oh, look at that. See it, that's beautiful. You see how I didn't have to do that myself? It's so cool. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a date and time. I'm going to host this on the 19th at 7 p.m. This is going to last an hour. All right, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. If you have an image, you could certainly create one here. We'll create one in Canva and then upload it here. Now, we don't have a campaign for this yet. We're going to resolve that here in just a moment. And actually, what I want to do really quickly is I want to copy this. I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to remove that, what I just did. And now what I have copied, I'm going to use in just a minute. You guys are going to see how this works. It's so exciting. We have a new feature that I'm going to demo for you guys here today. So we're going to stay on the event page after registration. I'm going to click add event. So this is here, but it's not ready yet. We need to create a campaign. And a campaign is a series of dripped out messages in Get Oiling that's going to, in this case, remind someone or actually confirm first that they signed up for the event. And then it's going to remind them before the event goes live. So a couple of things that I'm going to do. First things first, let me go ahead and close these out. I'm going to open a new tab of campaigns. And I'm going to click open link in new tab here. And I'm going to add a campaign. And I'm going to use this brand new, super crazy, exciting campaign creator tool, which is going to write my emails for me. So let's use it. This is my campaign. So I am hosting an event. Here are the details. Paste. Remember how I told you my all my information here. Let me come back over here to edit this. I'm actually going to grab what it gave me already in my prior responses just because it's a little shorter. All right. Where's my 3? There we go. Title. Copy. All right. Now in my campaigns, Greg, I might have an ask here to allow this to be a little bit longer. All right, so title, info, all right, so I'm not going to put all of the info in here, but I am going to put in the Zoom link. And I'm actually going to just put the title in here, the date and time, because I want it to write the campaign for me. So the date and time says January 19th from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. So that is Monday, January 19th, 2026, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I need to create a Zoom link for this because we're going to be meeting on Zoom. So let me go down here to Zoom meetings and open a link in a new tab. And maybe I have a recurring, actually I do here, Wellness Mondays. Maybe I already meet on a recurring basis, but you could go ahead and schedule this. So if this is my one time for my event, here's my Shed the Stubborn Weight is the title. And this is one time. There's my date and time for it. This is going to last 1 hour. And I'm going to create the meeting. All right, so I am going to click get link here, and I'm going to come back over here to campaigns, and here's the link. Beautiful. All right, so there's my link. This should be 3 messages. Message link should be short, and this, so here I'm going to say confirm, remind 1 day before and 1 hour before the following event. Here are the details: title, date, time, link to join. Excellent. So that's 3 messages total. They're short. The campaign name is going to be the same as the title. So that's Shed the Stubborn Weight. And this is going to be in a friendly, fun tone. Let's create those campaign messages. This is so exciting. I love that this can be done so quickly and easily for us. Once we have this done, we can make a couple of modifications. We can go back and add that to our event, and we have an event that we could start promoting toward. And look at this. Oh, I'm obsessed. Oh, it even gave us a text message. This is so good. Hey, you're officially registered. And there's our date and time. Click here to, it hyperlinked it. That's so beautiful. Bring a water bottle and note your #1 stuck point. We'll tackle it together. That's cool. Tomorrow, excellent. Beautiful. Oh, starts in an hour. Yes, so good. So good. No notes. This is so good. So I actually want this to be on day 1 and day 2. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and make this a date-based campaign. right? So we're meeting on the 19th. We are going to be sending that tomorrow night message on the 18th. So that day one is the 18th. And in order for that to be day one, this campaign starts on the 17th. So you see here, January 18th, it's tomorrow because our event's on the 19th. Event is today on the 19th. Now I am going to go in, and this is at premium and higher plan levels. Although with this 7 p.m. Eastern time, I can actually keep the default time of 5 p.m. Central here, but I'm going to go ahead and send this one at 9 a.m. Central, just as a reminder of the full day before. And then this one is going to go out. So 7 p.m. Eastern time is 6 p.m. Central. So 5 p.m. Central is when I want to send this. 5 p.m. Central time. Voila. So cool. All right, so this is basically done. Now, if you did want to make these cute, which for reminder emails, confirmations, etc., I really don't think that that is a great economy of time. But if you really want to, you can click and edit this in the drag and drop email builder. You could give it backgrounds, you could give it images, and you could make this as cute as you like, if that is your preference. But I'm going to keep this super simple here. Now, our final step here to complete this event and get it all set up and ready to go is to come back here and attach that campaign. So let me just go back to the event here, and I'm going to edit it. And under campaigns, I'm going to find the one that is named the same as this one. So shed the stubborn weight. Voila, save changes. And so now if we go and view this, and again, you could put a graphic here if you'd like, that is available in your event setup. You can now start promoting this event, right? This is so fun. You see how quick and easy that was to do? I mean, that just took me a couple of minutes to pull that together from idea to I have something that I can start promoting, right? Now you could follow those same set of steps and make an event that is private. So if I go back to my events here and I go to add, in this one, I'm going to ask it to, I'm going to host an event for my team that is going to share details about the new Young Living product called Balance and Burn. Suggest an event title and description for this event. Remember, this is only for existing customers and my team, so we can talk about product in this event description. All right, so we'll let this create it for me, and I'm going to show you how you could set this up to just share this with your team or with your customers who are curious about it and want to learn a little more before they get started. So here we go. Ooh, it actually just popped it right in there for me. So I'm going to click copy here and paste that in here. I'm going to ask it to reformat this so that it does a better job of selling an RSVP. So edit existing content. Modify this content so that it is better formatted on the page and does a better job of selling the event so that people actually RSVP. So we'll let it do that for us. We could repeat this process monthly for different types of events that we offer, right? So here we go, your invited customer only team event. Let's remove that event title here from the event name. Beautiful. I love it. It's so cool. So here's a cool thing, right? So you can select your time, your date, attach a campaign here, just like I showed you before. But let's come down here under more event options. This is direct link only. Where you're going to be talking about Young Living product to just your team, this should be direct link only. And then you're sending this out to your team. You're posting this in your groups, right? You're inviting directly to this event. So this would be how I would set something like that up. Again, following those same steps that I shared with you to create a campaign for this, to remind your customers and team to hop onto this call when it's time. You could promote that here as well. Now, there is one other thing that I would highly recommend that you offer in addition to this, because as you're going out and you're initiating these conversations with people who are saying, yeah, I do have a stubborn 15, 20 pounds, whatever, that I haven't been able to lose, but I'm not available on Monday, the 19th at 7 p.m. Well, you know what we got to do? We got to schedule a one-on-one. Now, no matter what plan you have in Get Oiling, basically everything that I've already shared with you, whether you're on our, was it like $7 or $9 US a month, all the way up to our plans that a Royal Crown Diamond might use, What you have here all works the same across the board. The time scheduling of the messages is really the only thing that is gated to a higher plan level. So you would just modify that slightly based on your use case. And of course, if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to our team. Real humans here, everyone here loves and uses Young Living product and would be thrilled to make sure that you know what to do if you get lost. So the last thing that I would encourage you to do, if you haven't done this yet, is to set up a wellness consult for yourself to share with people who are curious, who are interested, but who maybe aren't available for this event that you're promoting, right? And what I would also encourage you to do is that someone who is not ready or who has questions after they attend an event like this, they should schedule with you too, because maybe they have more questions. And if they do, and they're interested in a conversation with you, that is going to be the kicker that makes them go, oh man, wow, I don't just get world-class life-changing products when I buy. I also have someone who has my back, who'll hear me out, who'll help point me in the direction of things that's going to help me more, right? Like the selling point with Young Living at the end of the day is you, right? It's not Young Living's products are incredible, but the reason why we find incredible products is because someone had the care to treat us like a human and show us, here's the thing that could help you uniquely, you with the problem you just told me that I'm reiterating back to you, right? So what do? We go to bookings here and get oiling. And we're going to go to booking types. Now, if you haven't done this yet, go to my calendars. I'm going to leave here. Go to my calendars and be sure to attach the calendar that you use and that people would use to book with you. Now, you can see there's quite a few here. You're probably not going to have a ton of these like I have here in this example, but have one. It's usually going to be a Google Calendar, or it's going to be like an Office 365 if you use Outlook or something like this. Okay, so you're going to need to have a calendar connected, and then we're going to go to booking types, and we're going to add one. This I'm going to call a wellness consult. I'm going to make it 30 or 45 minutes. I think 30 is sufficient. We can meet using Zoom. We could provide an option for them to, I'll use Zoom as an option here, and this could be including Zoom as an option here. We could also say we can meet via phone. I'll call you, right, on the number you provide. Excellent. And then here we go. Or we could actually say here, let me copy this, paste that, and this is phone. Why did it just keeps doing that? Huh, anyway. So attach your calendar here. I'm using my primary booking. Obviously, if you just have one, connect your one. Now, what I'm going to do here for a wellness consult, spelling is good, is I can add a little bit of additional information here and say, join me for a brief call to discuss your wellness goals and best next steps. I'm looking forward to hearing from you or chatting with you or however you would like to put this, right? So we've got their name, we've got their email. If you're allowing phone as an option, you might require that. And then you might ask a couple of questions here. You might say, what is your number one wellness goal for the next 90 days, right? Require it. We can also ask, let's see, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to commit to real change? Require that. Briefly share what you have tried in the past to reach your goal. Require that. And then we can also say, and maybe not require this, anything else you'd like to share? Question mark. Okay. So you can do things to make this cute, brand it to you if you like. Oop, definitely not that. But the calendar color, we can adjust if we like. I'm going to keep that one legible. We can maybe give the page background a color though. And if you've got an image, a logo, maybe for your brand, for yourself, you could pop that in here as well. Or if you have one for a wellness consult, maybe this is your picture. We'll pop that in there. This is a one-on-one meeting. Oh, by the way, Did you guys see this? This is new for those of you who sell calls. If you are a practitioner of some kind and you sell consults, this is now an option to take payment directly from booking. We will get into all of these awesome new guys. There's like 7 new things that Greg has done since the last time we got together, probably more actually. So next week, we're going to get into all of those. But we're going to send the lead to the built-in confirmation page, keep it as is. We're not going to use a campaign because this scheduler handles that for you. But under scheduling settings, I might add a tag here for wellness consult, just so I know that that's how this person connected with me. I am not going to allow this very far in the future. If someone is ready to talk about their wellness, their readiness is going to fall off a cliff after about 48 hours, right? So their readiness to actually make moves. So unless your availability is super, super limited, I would not allow bookings beyond maybe 7 days. Let me see. Paula, if your calendar is embedded in a custom page, the page is going to override any settings in the calendar itself. And Greg, correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So now we're going to, so we've got 7 days in the future. And again, this is maximum. I would probably, if it were me and I'm actively out there trying to build the business and get serious people on board, I would make this like 3 days. Like I want to talk to you today, and I'm not going to have a bunch of minimum notice. Maybe 1 hour is the most notice I need to be able to, because I'm on this. I'm trying to promote. If you have any calendars that affect your availability that aren't the one that you are using to book, you can attach those here. You can, this is just the time step, what they see on the page, 15-minute increments, 30-minute increments, etc. You can choose max daily meetings if you want. I'm going to leave that alone. I actually set my availability and lack thereof on my calendars that are connected here. So I don't really fool around with this much. This is just sort of the broad parameter. And then these, whatever unavailability that I have is going to be reflected as me being unavailable on these calendars. So that means that, you know, if I'm not actually available from 9 to 5, it's only going to show when I'm truly available. You'll see what that looks like in a moment. So we can say, schedule my wellness consult on the button. And this is a wellness consult. Let me see, confirmation settings. I am going to send an extra confirmation email just in case they don't get emails from their calendar provider. I am going to adjust here. Email reminders, they're going to go out 24 hours ahead and 1 hour ahead. I could also do text, particularly solid if you are requiring a phone number. So for text reminder 1, maybe I'll do that 24 hours in advance, and I'll do that an hour in advance as well. I'll save that booking type. Oops, I have a few wellness consult options, so it's not letting me save with that name. All right, so let's go view this. And now you've got a consult where they can choose to meet online with you via Zoom, or they will call us at the number we provide. And then here we go. They're going to select a time with me, maybe Friday, 9 a.m. And here's all of our questions. So here's our phone number. What's our wellness goal? Scale of 1 to 10. What have we tried? Anything else you'd like to share? And now they're on your calendar for 30 minutes at 9, right? This is what I'm talking about, guys. What we are trying to do is build, right? We're not trying to build automations to handle our relationships. We're trying to build automation that manages the stuff that takes up too much time, right? We can't automate relationships. We can't automate the connection that we make that helps someone see that they're cared for, right? People feel that they're cared for when they receive something personal, right? People don't feel cared for when they get a bulk mass email that they know is written to 1,000 other people. People feel cared for when you say, "How are you?" Hit reply, and they know that they can, right? And that's really what this is about. They know that if they come to that event, they can raise their hand and they're going to get an answer from you. And if somebody feels like they do need a little bit more time, my gosh, is that not worth having a customer for the rest of your time with Young Living, right? To be able to get people onto these calls with you, sitting down and having a real directed discussion that's focused on the goals that they have. Because when someone says, "Here's my goal," I've tried all these other things. I trust that you know something that I don't. Of course, they're going to say yes when you put whatever product that you would recommend in front of them, whether that be balance and burn, whether that be using Ningxia every day, joining the 14-day reset, or something along those lines. So yes, I do absolutely have some space to answer questions, and we do have some Q&A already plugged in here. So if you have questions, head over to the Q&A here in Zoom, and I'm going to pop through these as they come through. I really appreciate the time and attention that you guys have provided here today. I hope that you're excited about these tools that you can use, and understand that what I just shared with you, you could use for anything that you want to promote, right? Obviously, we're excited about balance and burn. Obviously, we're excited about the opportunity to talk about something that everyone's thinking about right now. And we should talk about what everyone's thinking right now, which isn't that there's a new product. It's that we're actually all open right now to making changes, right? We are open to maybe trying something new. So take advantage of that by putting an opportunity in front of people to learn more, right? And learning more is not having a graphic and copy or a website page put in front of us. Learning more is sitting down and being able to connect the dots between what I know I need and what this thing does, right? And you can create space for that. And then you can just point to Young Living because they're going to do all the great marketing and make the pretty pictures and provide the way to buy, right? What you need to do is help to be the space that connects the dots, right? All right. So Don says, do you recommend being specific about the class, such as weight loss versus health and wellness event? Yeah, absolutely. Where you're talking about outcomes that someone is seeking, I think that if you know you're going to be talking about weight loss, you should unequivocally be saying you're talking about weight loss, because that means that the people who join that call are people who are interested in weight loss, who are going to be most likely to say yes to a weight loss product that you put in front of them. Right. So definitely do. If you're going to, if your goal is to introduce balance and burn, for instance, this should be a weight loss. Or again, if you are comfortable with the language and maintaining compliance, talk about GLP-1 and have a very compelling title there that people might pop in on. I would be very cautious, though, about using the buzzwords, because you can get a lot of curious but overly skeptical people who are joining because not because they're necessarily interested in making a change or ready to make a change for themselves, but because they're just interested in consuming information, right? So I would be very cautious about that, not just for compliance reasons. Anytime we're talking about something that is trendy, we're going to have a little bit bigger of a hurdle to clear because people are skeptical of things that are trendy, right? We're not automatically trusting of things that are trendy. So if you lean into the trend stuff, it can, it can be a little bit more to manage, is basically what I'm saying. But yes, absolutely. If the event is about weight loss, talk about weight loss. If your goal is to get weight loss conversations going, make the event about weight loss. And if it's not about weight loss, right? If you want to talk about a different topic, I would encourage you to, just get clear on whatever that topic is, because like a general wellness event is not really going to attract a lot of people. But if you say, if you're finally ready to solve your sleep in the new year, have a class about sleep. My God, have a class about sleep. So many people need help with that, right? Like, you want to get your stress under control in the new year. Just make sure that it is about something that is interesting enough to somebody who would want to join. All right. Allison says, do you recommend doing in that order, event first, then campaign, or does it not really matter? My personal opinion on this, or my personal practice, I would say is the better way for me to put that. My personal practice with creating assets and Get Oiling, because I do it so much, is that I am trying to minimize the amount of time that I have to go back to something. Right. So when I'm done creating one part of the system, I don't want to have to come back to it. Right. And so for that reason, my workflow is usually campaign first, right? So I will decide all of the details, get all of the copy together generally, build the campaign, and then build the event. But in the interest of folks who are less familiar with our system here today, who don't think that way, which is very understandable, right? You think, I want an event. You want to create the event first, right? Like it's pretty logical as a desire. That's not the way that I typically work. And when you're working with me and like Momentum and in other programs that we offer, I do tend to teach more of my own practices because I have developed sort of optimized practices for doing things like this. But it doesn't really matter, though, because you saw how quickly the campaign creates itself, and then you just go back and connect it. Love that campaign creator. It's so cool. All right, Camelia says, will this work on creating events and email campaigns with something I've created on paper, or just redo this in form? So if you've created something on paper, I guess, Camelia, can I get a little bit more information about this? Creating event and email campaigns with something created on paper. So if you wrote something, maybe you transcribe that, maybe you read it to AI and ask it to put together the event for you, because there is a transcribe feature. So perhaps that's what you do. But certainly happy to continue the conversation on that. Yvonne says, for the calendar feature, when we add our personal calendar, it takes out those hours from my availability. Am I understanding that correctly? That's correct, Yvonne. So what I do with calendars is I have a booking calendar. So this is the calendar that appears on their calendar is who they booked with, right? But then I have all of my other calendars, other business, personal, etc., where I have different times that I'm not available that aren't on that same one. And that's what that additional calendars to check is about. So if you're using additional calendars to check, then anything that's on those calendars that renders you unavailable is going to remove that from what the end user sees. Okay, Yulia, I don't really like how my blog page is mixed up with Russian and English articles. Is there any way to separate them? Yeah, there is, kind of. So if you go to yourwebsite.com/blog, whatever your Get Oiling URL is /blog, it's going to show everything that you've created in the order that you've created it. But we have these blog categories that you can use. And so what I would encourage you to do is on your English blogs, make sure that you have an English blog category. And on your Russian language blogs, make sure that you have a Russian blog category. And then the cool thing that happens is, and I'll come back over to Get Oiling and show you this, those actually create a URL. So if I go here to Jane's blog, you see all these blog categories here. So we could say that maybe one of these is English, one of these is Russian. And you could certainly have blog categories that are in English and Russian as well. And you could have quite a few because you would be doubling up, and that's totally fine. But what happens is if we click one of these, this is actually a unique URL, right? So you see here where it says blog/tag/ the actual title of the tag. If you tag all of your English blogs with English, then you will be able to have a Your Get Oiling website /blog/tag/English. And that can be the link that you share with your English speaking audience. And that would take them just to the list of all of those English blogs. Same for Russian. You would have blog/tag/Russian, and then it would populate the list of the blog posts here that are in that language. That would be my recommendation there. And it would just look like this, where there's a list of these posts, except if they have, if they arrived here based on one of these links, then it'll only show the posts that have that category applied. All right. Any other questions? I'm so excited for you guys. So many awesome people here today with great inputs and questions. And I hope that this made you feel a little bit more clear about what it looks like to get out there and promote and share. Because when you know that all you really need to do is open the door to a conversation, it really does make everything so much easier, right? You really do just need to create opportunities for people to raise their hand and engage. And it's those people that raise their hand that we get to actually communicate with about this stuff, right? Because we've got people on our list, whether they're our customers or our leads or just our audience in general, that while they like hearing from us, they might not be interested in this. If Young Living released a product for pets next month, you got a certain number of people that don't have pets and therefore don't care. And so if they're just receiving and seeing a bunch of stuff from you that's irrelevant to their interests, they're eventually going to start tuning you out because they feel like a number, right? They don't feel cared for, they don't feel served. And so with this approach, we can say, hey, here's an opportunity. If this is you, come take advantage of it, right? And then from there, we have that opportunity to move forward and share whatever it is that works best. Yulia, did that answer your question? I see you got your hand up. I want to make sure that you're good. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions regarding that, and if anybody else has questions before we get going. I think next week we are going to explore all of these awesome new features that Greg just recently added. Oh, you want to clarify something here? Let me bring you out to chat.
Well, thank you
Hey,
so much.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
hi. Sorry, I was trying to figure out it yesterday.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for the explanation about the Russian and English part. But my question is, if people get on a page themselves and they go to the blog section, they're gonna see all the articles like mixed up as they
Mm,
are right now, right?
mm. Yes, yes. And
Okay,
so what you
so
can do if you want to mitigate that is if we go into here, we go to blog and then we go to personalize. There's this blog header here. Now I just have an image here, but I could delete this and I could put maybe in English here to view this blog in English. Click here, right? And then you could put this in Cyrillic. You could say to read this blog in Russian, click here. And this could be that link that I mentioned, right? And so then when they land on this page, the first thing that they see before this whole list of languages that they might not understand, they can click and go straight to that. Does that make sense?
yes, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything else?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Very good. Okay, let's see. Oh, Cornelia, you've added the Google Translate snippet to your blog. I'm sorry, Cornelia. You calling yourself out here. Tell us more, please.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yes. Well, I don't even know where I have found it. Oh yeah, there. Well, and you can see in on scroll a little bit further down, and there is select language. And when you click on, well, because I'm working with three languages, Spanish, English, and German. So if you find the right language, um,
Wow, that is so cool. Yeah, so here's
it's not
German.
perfect because German is always formal then, but now, I
Mm,
mean, still the picture is still in English, but at least they can read that. But I really, really like this, the idea. Yeah, well, and I have
yeah.
that also added. Well, yeah, I also have that added into my vaults, so that, but especially in the English, no, in the English speaking, yes, so that they
Wow.
can watch that.
Okay. So just so we're clear on this, yeah, Julia wants to know. I just want to make sure nobody's walking away from here not knowing how to do that. So under blog posts, personalized blog, I believe this is where did we do this? This is
There, yeah.
mm, mm-hmm,
Some there. No, where is it? Yeah, there it is.
right, this one? Was that it?
Mm-hmm. I think so that it is. Yes, I found that somewhere, and I thought, well, let's try this, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, okay, this works.
Wow.
I think I
Okay.
have it. Yeah, I think I even have it on the complete website, but I don't recall.
Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna Yulia, I'm popping this in here to the chat. If you want to copy that, that extra sidebar code. And you said you put it in your member area as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm completely redo my. Let's see. No, it's not in there.
oh,
Go
is it in the
into one of
individual
the go
vaults?
no yeah, go into a vault if you just click on that, the
This
English
is so
speaking at the moment.
cool. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
there it
there it
is.
is. Yep.
So
Oh, you know
when
what?
you uh-huh, no,
I think what you put in your blog, did you also do something and customize my site? I think there might be something extra here. Um, advanced Google tag script, tag manager. Is this, I
no,
wonder,
that's something
that's
else.
something else? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing. So this is working in your vault to translate. I think I would need to do this a little differently here.
Yeah, you have to go through. Yeah. Now,
There it is.
you see yeah, up there, you see the Google Trend. It's not pretty, so, but it's, it works.
Yeah, it works. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Let me see. Wow, 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 wow. This is so cool. Check
Oh,
that
and you
out.
see it here about on the right side as well. So
Mhm.
I have it, I think maybe I should take one out.
Wait, these? You're talking about these?
No, no, no. In the
Oh,
top of the browser, you see the
oh,
complete
this.
this one. But if you
Hmm.
scroll down, further down on the right side, you see it's in that I have added to the vault itself, and that is why it's select your language here. Mhm.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is
Oh,
so exciting. Yulia, just to quick recap here, if you go to the blog menu here, where you see all your posts, there's personalized blog, and then under blog, header, footer, and sidebar, Cornelia put that extra sidebar code here,
I think
and
that's it.
that's it. Oh my gosh, I want to go try this on the Jane account. This is crazy. I had no idea that was so easy to do. I'll actually show you on the Jane account, going to personalize blog. And if we pop that in here and save, oh, refresh that. Oh, where is it? There must be something else. Is there another step? Greg, Colin,
Um,
anybody?
Yeah,
I
I have to, there'll be some JavaScript somewhere. I'm trying to find it right now on the site, but
Yeah,
the
it's somewhere.
JavaScript, the
It's
the, the
too
little
long
chunk of code
ago
that,
that I've done it, so I'm
Uh,
sorry.
uh. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the
So
Probably
little
the
chunk
code
of
that's
code that you're
remembered.
using is just telling the JavaScript to fire into that
yeah,
specific location. I'm
that's
trying to find exactly in her account where it is right now.
yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you're Yulia, please get in touch with our team when we have identified how Cornelia performed that magic before. We'll be sure to share with you how you can do that too. Cornelia, thank you so much for sharing
Oh,
that with us. All right. Let me see. Is there a way to learn more about getting around in this program? Never used it. Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, so Zoom user, not sure your name. Hi. Yes, absolutely. Lots of options. Let me go ahead and just show you real quick. If you get started with us, again, it's $1 for your first month. If you are at a basic or higher plan, go right here to the Success Academy. And you'll see that there are a number of incredible options here. There are projects that we can guide you through. There are account setup steps that we recommend that you can go through here as well. We have a wealth of courses. These are all free for you to engage with for different outcomes, different purposes. And really importantly, if you need help, you don't have to just watch videos and wonder what to do. You can go get help from a real person. You can send us a message. You can get into our Facebook group. You can hire our team if you want something done for you. We have these calls that we do every Thursday. Pam has multiple group help calls that are very small group. So, she's not sitting and talking for 30 minutes like I do. She's actually just there to listen and help you get straight to solving whatever problem that you have. And then we also work together on these Thursdays as well. So lots of really great opportunities. Pam is brilliant and incredibly well versed in the use of our system. She's a professional marketer, builds websites, understands, and she's a brand partner too. So those are a really great resource, especially if you're new. All right, last question for today. How do I find what's included in my plan that I got during convention week? So yeah, if you go into, if we go into your Get Oiling account here, and we scroll down to, I think it's settings, and you can go to my plan. And here you'll actually see what plan you're on, right? So this one's a pro plan. If you go to getoiling.com, and you look at our pricing and features, you can see what all is included on those plans. So if you get started for $1 at convention, and you can probably guess based on the amount that you've been billed or what you paid if you did annual, you'll be able to see kind of what that looks like. And these are our most popular plans, these basic, premium, pro. But if you're just getting started, yeah, it's $9 a month. Let me remove my face here. Yeah, $9 a month. And if you are new to Young Living, new to sharing, or you're just wanting to kind of get your toes wet with using technology to share beyond social platforms, a seed plan is also a fantastic place to start. And there's everything that I shared with you today, minus the tell the message to send at this time of day, and the member area that you saw that Cornelia has, that's going to be at a basic or higher plan. But that's those are all available even at our beginner plans. How do I know how many consultations I get? I would maybe reach out to the team if you purchased a like a package, like we have like a website package that we were selling during convention, that came with calls where they build with you together. So if you're unclear at all on that, Yulia, just send a message to support@getoiling.com. And we can both help you navigate that language piece for your blog and website, as well as make sure that you're getting what you signed up for. Awesome. Oh, Camelia. Yeah, if you've been around for a while, sometimes you need a little bit of a reminder tour as well. So glad that was helpful. Thank you guys for your time here today. Colin, did you find it?
I did. So, because you already had the screen share going on, if you go back to that section in the blog settings under the extra sidebar code, just open up the thing a little bit more and you'll see all the code. So I thought you'd want to show people that, or I can post it into the chat, whichever you'd like.
1,000,000%. Let's go look at it. Yep. Yep. I'm going to make sure I'm signed into Cornelia's account first. Okay.
Yeah, the window just wasn't open all the way.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's going to be under blog posts. And Yulia, this is for you. All right. So personalized blog, and it's sidebar, extra sidebar content.
Yeah. Now just open that up. There's the rest of it.
There it is. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna, anybody who wants this, here's what you want. All right, there you go. You can pop this in, this code that I just pasted here, into your extra sidebar code in your blog settings, and you too will be able to allow people to translate your blog content into any language. So cool. So cool. All right. Thank you guys for being amazing and the inspiration for what we do. So appreciate you. We will see you guys in the Facebook group in the meantime. See you back here next week, where we are going to explore a litany of incredible things. Greg has been so busy. I don't know where he finds the time to sleep. There's so many cool things that we're going to be talking about. I know you saw the campaign builder today, but there's other really cool ways that you could use that I am excited to share with you guys. And there's just so much more. So be back next week. Invite a friend. Hope you guys are having a great start to your year, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everybody.